Community educator's back. Yeah, you know who you are. I don't care if you have care or not. Guess who's back? It's me. Because I'm fun. And I have no idea where the other people in the house went, so yay, that's even better. The only one left is Sissy, so yay. Yes, we're apparently missing a dog, which I told her before. The dog is probably with the parents somewhere. That's my only guess on that one, because I've checked outside, the truck is gone, and yeah, she's probably with them. If not, I'll be checking outside again later, just in case. Anyway, hello all. First of all, I watched this Gen Xer the other day. She's one of the favorite people I watch on YouTuber. I no longer mention YouTuber's name unless I give a disclaimer and all the weird copyright and ghost comments. Yeah, guys, I'm still trying to learn all that. I am trying to learn all that. I am bad at that. I have asthma, so that's fun. I have no idea how to even take care of my health at 30 years old, even though I do and probably should. So we're working on fixing that. We're also working on not oversharing. Good advice from the older crowd. I tend to overshare. Shouldn't do that. We're gonna try and get that more consistent schedule too, so right now you're gonna get a few of these surprise lives, is about what that is. So the Gen Xer, a different YouTuber who I'm not naming because I don't want to have corporate Republican run YouTube kind of running back in my household. Yeah, I'm on to you. Everybody who's a Democrat is on to you idiots. You know what I mean. I don't need them running amok in my household. I got enough problems. If they're gonna try and destroy the democracy my dad stood up and fought for, yeah, that ain't happening. Not on my watch. I know where I'm going this November, and it ain't to vote for Trump, that I can assure you. Because there's no way, heck, I never let that happen, and I hope my followers ain't letting it either, if they're Democrats. If you're a Republican and you're still voting for Trump, yeah, you're just following me to be an asshole, because you want to see, oh, what did they do to? That or you're a bot hired by them to follow me. Yeah, I'm not that stupid. Logical reasoning and thinking skills work great. Even in people you undereducated who had to educate themselves. Yeah, I remember the 90s and 2000s very well. Very well indeed. Thankfully, I had a lot of community educators, a lot of my self-education, and a lot of sibling education to fall back on. Not to mention my parents when they weren't busy dealing with all the problems you guys caused. Yeah. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by commentary guidelines. Yeah, see, stuff like that concerns me. Oh, the dog's in the closet sleeping. Cool. Guys, it's actually very easy to miss a dog if you second glance, so that's obvious. I'm just glad she's here, and thankfully I turned on her air conditioning, so that's even better. Trust me, that's better for my eczema and hers. Oh, crap. Well, anyway, I'll fix that later. The fans are on, so it's not that hot today, thankfully. You're all gonna kill us, the Republicans, with those heat waves because you want to keep doing the global climate crisis on purpose, so yeah. Yeah, we know what you do. Edit styles, name a cartoon character for an edit. Yeah, I'll edit some cartoons later. Never, because I'm a lazy millennial. That ain't happening. That's never happening. I like cartoon characters, but let somebody else in the younger crowd do that. Oh, I am so sorry, Edit Styles. Yeah, thankfully. My sister nearly killed herself what was ever in the fridge. Oh, that's fine. Hi, Edit Styles. Glad you're watching. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Multi-gen households are weird, even when it's a member of your own multi-gen clan. By the way, guys, who are actually Democratic, don't let the adults trick you into a civil war in case Trump does get in there. Because I have full confidence some of you in the 90s would be that dumb. Oh, you will edit Styles? Well, let me know when you do so I can see it, okay? It's gonna make an edit of a cartoon character, guys. Oh, of my choice, really? I don't know. I know a lot of them. I'm gonna see, because I can pull many different ones from both past, present, and future. So, you know what? I know which one. MLP Gen 5 Misty. That character I feel really is a good representation of me, so if you want to do that, try that one. Yeah, My Little Pony, Generation 5, Misty. Perfectly describes me in some of the nicer videos about her. Yeah, I've seen those mean ones you guys make. You guys are so judgmental. This is supposed to be an accepting village. You guys are so judgmental as heck. What's wrong with all of you? You're doing worse than you did when you jumped on Fluttershy. And guys, she reminds me of an earlier generation non-winged Twilight, so y'all are hypocrites. Thank you, Edit Styles. Anyway, so the Gen Xer told us to go flood their database with all the fake stuff. Guys, people can trace your IP. Do you want to give them the test key to the answers? Logic, reason, and thinking will prevail. Yes, I'm single, but I'm not dating right now, so no. Hello, Anna, Sam, I'm so sorry, I'm bad at names. Just south of Lanier. Oh, that's a cool name. You guys have cool names. Chevy. Yeah, I like the way you got the message. Guys, I'm terrible at taking care of my health. I should probably save that later like I usually do. Yeah, but I'm also proud of it in a way because that's some Indian heritage roots, Crow, Cherokee. So we've got some indigenous mixed in the background. That's where that comes from, and even though I do shave it occasionally, I'm still proud of it anyway. Yeah, like I said the other day, this ain't no fake news here. I'm glad you were joking, Chevy. I don't know what fake news they're doing on the Republican side, but if they're really dumb if they think people are still falling for that. I'm sure there's a few who have problems that might actually fall for that. Thankfully, we rescued one of my own family members from that a couple years back. Yay. Nobody hurts a niece in this family. Nobody. We'll leave it at that. I'm trying to not overshare so that I have protection in the future in case anything crazy happens. But kids of the 90s, if you're voting Democrat, don't let the adults trick you into a civil war because I know some of you are just that stupid. I know, I grew up with you. I wouldn't be shocked if you all tried to do that. Don't. We've seen how that went in the past. Don't do it. Don't do that. Guys, I know what we were founded on, but you gotta remember we were founded on a lot of bloodshed and violence. This is why all my stuff is set for adults, because I say stuff like that. So, yeah. Don't get us more bloodshed and violence. I don't want to have to go to the cemetery and see people from 1995 in there that weren't already in there from previous things like this happening back in the day in the 90s. Oh, you're posting on your channel? Okay. Well, I'll look out for it. Hey guys, I am gonna, if you want, only if you want it, try to subscribe to all my followers' channel that are currently here. Only if you want it. So email me if you do. You have my email. It was all over the community pages. There's no way you don't have it. Hi, Swifty2011. Yeah. So email me if you want me to follow you. If you don't, just say, no thanks. It's that simple. Because I'm only following people that want followed. Some don't, some do, so I want to be respectful of that. So if you want followed, just email me. You know the one. See, I'm working on the not oversharing part. Good advice from the older crowds. I saw that lady on the TV on the fourth thing at the Capitol last night. The older one who was giving out some good advice. Yeah, I liked what she said. Guys, Okay, guys of the millennial generation, because I know every generation, some of you are watching my channel. Guys of the millennial generation, we're not as dumb as our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, I hope. I know we're crazy, but I also hope we ain't that dumb. Because if we continue allowing what they did to happen, we're all screwed, including our kids, our grandkids, and our great-grandkids, and so on and so forth. Do you see the problem with that? So, if you're going to be dumb enough to flood their database where they can actually track your IP, which is a very bad idea, duh, don't give them the test keys and answers too. That's your business. But I personally don't recommend it because, duh, they could find you. And then there would be no one left. I've seen their veiled threats. I ain't stupid. Don't go flood their database, because that just gets you and your family in danger. That's why you missed vote. Yes, that is why you must vote. What am I doing right now? Well, making a lie, pretending I don't have a mess in my room to clean, and entertaining all of you. Oh, and lagging my sister at the same time. AT&T Air does not turn on until July 28th fully. Get over it. Yeah, that's about what that is. Oh, you did the same Swifty 2011? That's cool. Yeah. Guys, I might be in failing health in my 30s because of my own moronish self, but I'm also not that moronish, I hope. My job as a community educator is to not be that moronish. Younger gens, and maybe some of Gen X who's not stupid. If we want to put a stop to this, oh, stupid charger message. Yeah, I just got the charger message. I don't care. If we actually want to put a stop to this, Gen X, Gen Millennial, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and so on, the ones who are legally old enough to vote in those age ranges, I don't think Gen Alpha is, unfortunately. I'm sure if they were, they'd vote. The smarter ones, anyway. Guys, you only want to do something in November, just vote for Biden. I know he's old, but hey, it's better than having our entire democracy and everything we ever stood for burned to the ground by a bunch of idiots who can't accept change. Times have changed. Things have changed. And I don't care if they're not ready for that change. The change has occurred, and they're the ones who caused the problems in the first place, the Republicans. How dumb do they think we really are? I am very good, Swifty 2011. I talk too fast because that's just me, but I'm good. I have no idea what to label the live, guys. I just update you on the community page what is labeled when I come up with the names. So, that's how that goes. Oh, you do that too? Well, good. That's fun. Anyway, I can never tell who's a bot, I can't tell who's a jokester, I can't tell who's a troll, I can't tell who's just here to spam my videos, but I enjoy talking to all of you anyway. I was talking to the T-Mobile bot last night, even though I knew it was a bot. I had a fun conversation with it. Yeah, ADHDers do some weird things, believe me. We talk to weird online bots that we know are bots for no good reason because we think it's funny. Or at least that's my own level of crazy. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but if you got a similar level to me, congratulations, you're a fun person. Yeah, so anyway. Definitely gonna work on not oversharing, but I'm also not gonna be an idiot and just stand by and let this happen. My boomer dad stood for freedom when he founded Vietnam, and I'm not gonna let them destroy that legacy because they want to be stupid and live in a past that is far gone. I'm here to help people that don't have a lot of people on live. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I was making many mistakes. I seen some older Gen Xers, and they told me what I was doing, so I'm knocking it off a bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm not good at self-accomplishments, so it's compliments. So I appreciate that. Now, when this all finally settles down, maybe I can find some of my own age to date, but not right now. I don't think that's a good idea right now. Too much crazy going on. And I'm my own breed of crazy, so if you're gonna try to date me, you're gonna have to be prepared for that. I like the emojis, those are fun. Yeah, guys, I don't care what generation's actually watching this. What are you doing? Your life? What's going on? Okay, well, Geneva, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to say that last name. You know, I could try to pronounce it. We don't want to pronounce it because I know darn well I can't. There are limits to my smartness, guys. And guys, I was one of the toppers of English in 2012. Now that don't concern you, nothing else will. Cool. Anyway, just vote for Biden. I know he's old, but hey, it's better than destroyed American democracy and a bunch of adults older than us being idiots. Yeah. Children in the 90s and children of the Gen Zs that are old enough to vote, you're 20 to 18-year-olds, 23, whatever you are. If you're not 30, you're not a millennial, sorry. But I know damn well you're old enough to vote. Vote Biden. It's only 4 years, guys. We can make it that long. And then we can try and maybe get a Gen X millennial in there. Maybe. Some Gen Cs and some under positions. Yeah, guys, it's gonna be our turn one day, but if we don't stand up for that turn, we ain't gonna have one. There will be no turns. Not until they all die off. And that's gonna make me even more sad. I don't want America's next civil war, and I don't want America's next revolution. You know what I want? The American democracies and freedoms, those things called, to be stood for by the people, for the people. I still believe that. I know Biden is old. So is Trump. Are you all that stupid? Trump ain't much younger than Biden. He's a little bit younger, but not all the way. Duh. This is why I'm trying to address the younger crowds, because clearly if we let this keep happening, we're all doomed. We're America's future, whether they like that or not. Once they're dead and gone, we are America's future. We are America's future, and if we don't do something, we ain't gonna be no future of nothing. We'll all be dead or in civil wars or down in the grave like they are. Do you really want that? Thank you. Does anyone really actually want that? Or do you want to fix what happened in the 90s and later on? Do you want to fix what's going wrong right now? Because if you don't, you're truly dumber and a stupid idiot more than I thought. Guys, as much as this pains me to say this, I had people that were probably dumber than me in some such as tutor me in math. That's how bad schooling was in the 90s. It was just that bad. We had great teachers, sure, but there wasn't much they could do but tell us some things. That's all they could do. And they did that when we graduated in 2012, 2011, 2013, and I think, no, I'm 2010 maybe. I don't know. I'm not that good with ages, even though I mapped out an entire family tree of ages. Guys, I'll give you one clue. If you are 70s and 80s, you're a Gen X like my mom. If you're 1944 and 3 years older than that, like my aunt and dad, you're a boomer. If you are actually 90s, you are not younger than 49 to 30 years old. Gen C is like 29 to 11. Gen Alpha is like all the way up to 10 years old at this current moment. And anything below that is a little ass baby. Yeah. I don't care if you name it Gen Tablet or Gen Beta. Those folks are like 2 to 0. They have no idea what's even going on. They have no idea what their young little minds are developing seeing yet. So, and guys, cognitively, according to what I've looked up, nobody is even cognitively available till the age of 25. And frankly, I think we might need to raise the voting age. Yeah, I don't want to have to do that either, but we might have to. And the whole 21 and drinking, we might want to raise that too. And the probably make it 25 for cigarettes too. Let's be honest, I'm not trying to be mean or take away our freedoms, but I also want to protect our freedoms. I want to protect our young because that's our future. And we've all seen the consequences of our parents and grandparents' actions of what that stuff did to them. Do we really want to be that? And don't worry about your message being restricted or retracted. That's just YouTube's algorithm on things just doing whatever corporate YouTube does. Sorry about that, Edit Styles. I don't even understand some of those policies yet myself because they're all put in place by crazy-ass Republicans. So, yeah, guys, just because you work for a company, I'll explain this real... Okay, goodbye, Edit Styles. I'll explain this real quick right now. If it is a big corporation, it's been bought out by the Republicans. There you go. There's a Democratic side of the people who work under them, but yeah, every big corporation, from your foods to your TVs to your internet, has all been bought out by the Republicans. Congratulations, they're trying to control everything. That's part of Project 2025. Don't go buy their books and buy into them and give them more money. Clearly they don't need it. Instead, go get the free version of their books and do something with that. Maybe spam it, maybe burn it, I don't know, I don't even care. You can't obviously burn the online ones, but I'm sure you control emojis in them. Or do something. I know some of you are good at computer graphics. Yeah, there were some 90 kids that were fantastic at computer graphics. There's some Gen C'ers who are clearly so good at remastering 90s tech. I bet they could have fun with this. Go destroy what they're trying to do, guys. That's a better option. Go do your PDF and your PowerPoints. Go do whatever you can to interrupt their nonsense so we don't have it happen. It's that simple. I am a democratic community educator. Stuff like this is my job. But you guys, you have a job too. You want to be community educators like me one day? You want to have the freedom to become that? Go do what I'm telling you. And go interrupt Project 2025 safely so they can't get you. Because if you're dumb enough to give them the test keys to the answers, like your address and having all that stuff where they can trace your IP address, yeah. They'll probably do that anyway, but go interrupt that as much as you can. That's the best thing you can do. Do it safely so your family survives. Because as we all know, the rich have always wanted to stamp out us poor folks. Well, good luck with that, because we're not going to let them. And guys, a majority will always topper. A majority, listen to this, a majority will always topple a minority. Where'd I learn that? In school, on my own through community education, on my own in that library when I was busting my ass every day when I was a kid so I could get ahead because they didn't want me to in school. Yeah, that's where I learned that. And if you want freedoms like that to disappear, then you're truly the dumbest person on this planet. Guys, I am being totally serious. I know what I say sounds like a bunch of right-wing nutjob craziness, but it is. It is what it is. If they're willing to put their stuff out in public, trust me, us Democrats are willing to put ours out there too. So if you want to protect American freedom and democracy and not have it burned to the ground by a bunch of older adult idiots who are 3 times older than you, yeah, you better vote for Biden. I don't give a shit how old he is. Seriously, are we really gonna follow in our ancestors' footsteps and be this dumb? Or are we gonna stand up and learn their lessons that they got taught and not be that dumb? We're the young crowd. We're the best ones that have the best chance of not being this stupid. Don't forget, one day, unfortunately, through natural life events, they're all gonna be dead and gone, and we're gonna be putting flowers on their gravestones too. That's how that works. It's sad, but it's true. They're going to be running from the Grim Reaper, as my dad says. One day I will as well. So I got to be here and inspire those younger generations while I can so they don't have to put up with that nonsense. I don't want you guys living like we did in the 90s. And guys, I know damn well some of you are probably copying 90s type behaviors that you got off your parents and grandparents and everybody. Don't copy the 90s. That's the last thing I ever wanted. What you need to do is do your best where you are, and when you get old enough to vote, you vote. It's that simple. Now, I know many of you are probably too young to even understand that much, but hopefully in the future when you get older and see my videos, you'll know what I meant. And older crowds that are old enough to be raising these folks, please explain it to them. You want your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren to have the best? Give them the best like our parents did for us. They did whatever they could despite the big governments doing this. Give them that opportunity too. Many of those older folks are too gone to know what's even happening. Some of them have problems that they can't even understand what's happening. We need to protect them especially because they have no idea. There's people my age that are that way that have no idea. That's why I'm on here. Guys, I'm telling you, don't do what our ancestors did. Learn from what they did instead.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Guys, that's probably some health insurance thing. Guys, it's a computer.
No.
It's a bot. Health insurance bot. Probably that. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I wish I knew how to edit better. I don't have the time to, but I wish I did. When I get the time when I'm older, maybe I'll go back and edit a few of these. No, I won't, because I'm leaving an episode other YouTubers younger than me can see how not to do things.
No.
Thank you for passing this message along. Well, I hope you all enjoyed me passing my message along for future generations. We're not our parents. We're not our grandparents. We're not our great-grandparents. We have our own identity. We have entire generations that we're here because of them. We have our own entire generation at this age. Let's take full advantage of that. Let's do what we did in the 90s and piss off our parents and grandparents by defying everything they ever taught us. But let's do it in a better, more democratic way these days. Let's take those lessons we learned from the 90s and 2000s and today, and let's use them to our full advantage. I'm going to recruit some of those Gen Xers, because some of them are cool. We need to recruit the cool ones. I'm going to recruit everybody I possibly can, no matter their entire age range, as long as they want to fight for democracy like me. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. Like I said, I don't have time to figure out how to edit because the world is so crazy these days. And I'm a human, so you get to see a human be a human. It is what it is. And you can always turn the camera if you didn't want to see that. So, I know darn well you're all capable of cognitive thought to turn the camera if you have to. Sorry about that, but humans are weird, humans are odd, and humans are disgusting because we're humans. The one thing separating us from the animals that we all seem to love endangering to the point of extinction, yeah, it's because we developed that way. So, you're all descended from different breeds of crazy level of humans. Believe me, I know. I'm descended from my own crazy breeds of humans. Guys, anything above a boomer, that's my dad or aunt, 83 to 80. Yeah, that is the silent generation, the greatest generation. That's them folks. I can't tell who's who because I get them flip-flopped and confused, but there you go. If it's older than my 80-year-old dad in November, yeah, it's not a boomer. It's older. Anyway, let's protect everything they taught us. Let's do better than everything they taught us. And let's be the next America. Because we are. Whether they like it or not, they're all gonna die one day and then we're here. That's how that goes. They might live a little longer if they actually start listening to the scientists and that. But no matter what, age is just a horrible fact of life and it happens. And I don't need to see 90s kids getting in no damn-ass Civil War, because believe me, I've seen enough graves in my lifetime of 90s kids who were affected by the shit they did. I've seen teachers and everything else, they died, and oh my god, do we really want that level of death 3 times worse again? Are we all smarter than that these days? Gen Alpha, I gotta especially address you. Many of you are not old enough to vote yet. Many of you can't understand the democracy fight that is going on. But I will tell you one thing. We're doing our best to protect you, whether you know that or not. So when you get older one day, and you see the older crowds in office, vote for the best ones in the older crowds, which I assure you will be the Democrats, because I've seen where the Republicans are going, and it ain't good. Guys, we can secure America's future if we really try to. We can. But I can't do it without all of your help. A community's educator's job is to get up here and spout nonsense to the point of making people think. The community itself is to go spout that same nonsense in a different way so every age group can understand it so they know what's going on. The community helps me in my work. That is what the community needs to be set up to do. I can only do so much, guys. I can make you these inspiring videos all I want, but I can't make you go out and vote, even though I'm trying to. I know he's old, but it is only 4 more years. And then the younger crowds like Gen X and Gen Millennial and Gen Z have a chance. Do we really want that chance taken away and robbed from us? There's none of us in the millennial age range that are 18 anymore. Let's show them that. They still think we're Gen Z. And no offense to you, Gen Z, you'll get your turn one day too. That's what I'm trying to secure. That is the very thing I'm trying to secure. There's some in Gen Z that are old enough to vote. Vote. It's the best absolute way to protect American democracy. I know some of us want to laze around and not vote. I know damn well how you people think. If you do that, you're truly the dumbest American I have ever met. If you laze around at home and don't go vote this November for Biden, you are truly the laziest, most self-absorbed, self-centered, self-obsessed, idiotic, dumb-ass, inherited whatever jackass I've ever met in my entire life. Yeah, you can see why this has to be set for adults. I want people in the older communities to educate their kids in a friendlier way than I'm talking, because I know darn well there's nicer ways to say what I'm saying. But I don't have time to figure that out. But you do, because you're the community. Spread my videos around. Even if they don't subscribe, let them see things like this. Maybe it'll give them hope for the future. They're still at the age where they think there's no hope for the future, and that we're all a bunch of phone-obsessed, teen-crazed, phone selfie videos from 2012 morons. And guys in the younger crowd, if you're seeing those videos, don't go copy those. Look how well that worked out for us. Don't even try it. That's stupid. And many of those things are so grainy anyway that you'd have to do 500 editing processes to even get them to be relevant these days. Those are irrelevant. Those are old. Yeah, poor health. We're working on that. Guys, I want to live to be 64 so I can be the one saying, look at those idiot younger kids, how dare they have that weird music. And I can't do that without all your help. I can do what I can on my own to do that, but I need all of your help to do that too. I'm already halfway old where I think Skibbity and Rizzler and Phantom and all that and Sigma is the craziest, most stupid thing I've ever heard. See, I'm already old enough to do that. But I need to be even older so when the next generations come out with their wacky music too, I can laugh at them as well and be like, what are them kids doing? And I can't do that without your help. Vote Biden in November. Encourage those that are old enough to vote Biden in November. I'm not going to let everything my dad ever stood and fought for in Vietnam just die and burn in the ground. That's the last thing on earth I'm going to do. I'm his daughter. I will do anything to protect my dad, even when he argues with me about what I do on YouTube, because you know why he's arguing? Because he knows damn well how dangerous what I'm doing is. He knows damn well the full risk that comes with it. But I also know at 30 I have to protect him at all cost. I want him to live for the next 30 years at least. Because believe me, there's some things I gotta do with his health to help him do that. There's things I gotta do with my help to help me and my siblings and my mom do that. And I cannot even have a chance if them idiot-ass Republicans get in there. We're not that dumb anymore. We're all technology literate, which many of them don't seem to be. Let's use that to our full advantage. Let's mess with them in everywhere we could. And hey, I'm gonna actually encourage some book burning, even though I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong to burn a book, but sometimes you gotta send a little bit of a dramatic message. And remember how people burned our Harry Potter books, even though it's just a fun story? Well, this ain't no fun story. You better go burn every copy of that book you buy. And hey, I'm not gonna encourage this too much, but if you happen to loot it from corporate Walmart, I won't say nothing. Yeah, guys, they want to crack down on them corporate stores so they can send us all to jail in the loony bins. That's what they've been doing with us for centuries so far. Do we really want that to continue? Or do you want to get your friends, family, and all your people out of them type of places where they don't belong? You know how many people are in them places that don't belong there? There's an MLP YouTuber, Drees. She's 19, she's Gen Z, and she's stuck in one of those with her entire family. You know how bad I want to go save those folks from that? I cannot do it alone. Nobody can do this job alone. I'm only a community educator. I can only tell you what's right and wrong. But I need you, the community, with me if you're going to save folks like that. If we're going to save them, get them out of them places, fight them in courts. We need everybody to just vote for Biden this November. It's only 4 short years, guys. If you can spend 4 short years graduating high school or going into trade, you can spend 4 short years protecting democracy. We're not our parents. We're not our grandparents. We're not our great-grandparents. We're the young crowd. We've defied them since we were literally old enough to define them. Let's do it again, but in a different way this time. Let's show them we're standing up for the future they helped us build. Let's show them we don't want more death and more war. We already have enough problems globally between worrying about the Russians and the Chinese, and then they're all stuck in their own version of hell too, remember? The entire world, England and everywhere else, Finland, they're all stuck in their own little version of hell. And if they see the USA fall, guess how much worse hell that's going to be for them? You ever hear the expression or song, America from sea to shiny sea? Let's bring that into real life. We can't do it alone, though. We need the entire community everywhere to just vote for Biden. It's only 4 years. It's not that bad. Guys, I don't care what you saw in that debate. He might be an older man. He might have issues, but he was also old enough to stand up and speak there with a head cold. He's as strong as my stubborn boomer dad, who was a Vietnam veteran. The older crowds have a lot to offer us, but do you really want them to be dead under the idiots? Do you really want them to be dead under a pile of idiots, or do you want to stand up for your freedoms and rights that they all helped fought and die for, some of them? This is the future. It's not our time yet, but it can be and it will be soon. We have to lead by example. We gotta protect the youngest of the Gen C and Gen Alpha crowd. They're the next example to be set for America. And if we do nothing, they could die out. They could be killed. Do you really want that? I'm a bleed heart, community educator, millennial. That is what I am. I wear that title with pride. But do you know why I wear it with pride? Because older ones than me back in the 90s and 2000s helped me see what I would become in the future. I had no idea at 30 I'd even have to say this. Do you think I had any idea as an 18-year-old punctuous kid that I was going to say any of this? I did not. But the fact that I'm able to should show you that something in the 90s and 2000s worked. Let's protect the young. It's the best thing we could possibly do to secure America's future. Us Gen Xers and Millennials will have the best shot when those guys are gone at doing that. But right now it's not our time and our turn yet. It will be soon, though. Let's do what we can in the meantime. Because if we let every bird of America fall, including the youth, we're all ducked. All over the entire globe, everyone's ducked. You know why no one actually sends a missile over here? Even though they threaten it every day with those nuclear warheads? That's only to protect their own security, because we know damn well what nuclear winter and nuclear fallout in places like Chernobyl are. Nobody in the entire world, even those dictator assholes, want that. Because if you do that, there's nothing left to lead at all. There's nothing left to put your agenda and your message. Nobody wants a global nuclear winter war. Nobody. Not even the most asshole of humans want that. We are humanity. We are America. We are freedom. We are democracy. Let's protect that. Let's give an example to the rest of the world just what this country is founded and based upon. Or do you really want to see it all go down in flames? Do you really want to see your kids and your grandkids all buried next to each other while you mourn their deaths? Do you want that? I'm sorry I gotta be this harsh, but I'm being this harsh for a reason. See, Republican YouTube will block a message like this. They're very dumb if they do, though. We need to stand up for our rights. We need to do what our ancestors did, but in a better way. Without all the death, without all the fighting, without all the wars. We've already got kids this age off in wars in other places. Do we really want to send more to die? Do we want that? I don't think so, America. I know the truth is hard to hear. Guys, I'm very sorry about that, but I'm still a human whether I want to spout nonsense or not. And it's not even nonsense. I only call it that because in my own head it sounds nuts. Protect America, protect democracy, protect the very freedoms your ancestors gave you. They fought for those things for a reason. You know how many countries together across the entire world owe each other apologies for all the shit that happened, including us? If we ever want to give out those apologies, we need to actually do something to be able to give those apologies out. Let's build the future. If we have to tear down every Republican institution to do that, let's build the entire future. I'm sorry it has to be this way, but it does. Millennials, I am specifically speaking to you, the older crowd that's over 30. You all know better. You all know what it was like to see your friends and family hauled off, put in places they didn't belong, and then people had to go in with lawyers and save them. Do we really want this trend to continue, or do we want to get the normal folks home where they belong and where they can vote? Do we really want the trend to continue, or do we want to be the ones to break the cycle? Gen X talked all the time how they broke the cycle. They left us in ruins because they didn't break it enough, but they still tried to fix it later on and break the cycle, and we need to follow that example. Gen Xers, this is your time too. You are no longer the forgotten generation. We have heard you. We have heard you, Gen X. Vote. Vote with us. We've heard you. It's your time too. You want your chance? You want your shot? Here it is. The young want to give you your shot because you helped us. You didn't sit back. Some of you stayed by and you helped us. We want to give you your shot. You want that shot? Take it. It's finally your time, and this is your chance. Don't throw it away. Don't listen to your boomer parents like you did back in the day, even though you didn't. Do that again. Yeah, I know I'm wiping my nose on camera, but I'm a human too, so you can all turn this around if you don't really want to see it. We don't are well, you can put the tablet or the phone or whatever you have down. This is our time, young America. We're not in there yet, but we have every chance and opportunity to be. Do not waste that. You know what a gift that is? Do you have any idea the level of gift that is to be able to have that opportunity to get in there so we don't have things like this happen? It's our time soon. It's not officially yet, but it will be there. We need the Gen X and Millennials to help get the younger Gen Z government in there. I need future politicians, future senators, future doctors, scientists, lawyers, whatever we need. And I cannot do that if you don't go vote in November for Biden. All that will burn to the ground and die. People will have to flee America and go other places. Many of our kids have already fled. Many of our kids have been shipped out to places they can't get out of. Do you know how bad that sounds? Do you know how bad that is? Do you know how lucky we are some of those governments adopted our kids in the first place? Thanks to us, their resources are depleting. Their stuff is disappearing. If we keep this trend and cycle up, it's gonna continue. Vote for Biden. Let's bring those American children home where they belong. You think I want them off in some other country? I don't mind if they visit, but I want them home too. I want every single one of them home. There's been many Democratic senators that have done their best to fly these folks home, like they need to be. We need to protect those kids. They're all over the world and they have no idea how to even get back here. We gotta bring them back here. We also gotta show examples of the ones that left that there's something to return to. America is going to have to hand out a lot of apologies, and some of the nations are going to have to apologize to us. But we'll never have any of those apologies get handed out if we let those Republican assholes get in there. I'm sorry that I have to call them Republican assholes, but they're assholes. They're only out to protect the rich. They're only out to stop over the poor. They're doing exactly what they're doing because they know they can get away with it. Let's show them they can't get away with that. I am not going to let everything this nation ever stood for fall because of idiots who can't accept that times have changed. If I did that, I'd be the dumbest community educator ever. I am 30 years old, and I have to say this. I've seen some shit in my lifetime. I'm the millennial. I'm the middle kid of every generation right now until it starts anew. You know how shocked and sad I am to see this shit? It's the very same shit I was shocked and sad to see in the 90s and 2000s. Let's break that cycle. Gen X, Gen Millennial, Gen Z, the ones that are old enough to vote. Let's show our parents what true freedom and democracy they fought for. Let's break the cycle. Our parents and grandparents, some of them are too dumb to even know what they're trying to do. Let's break that for them and show them just how dumb this really was. The rest of the world is looking at us and following examples of us in their own governments. Do we really want that? Because if all our friends and allies fall, the whole world is doomed. Do you guys not even realize that much? The whole literal world could blow themselves up in an instant, and then we really would have the days of the Bible, whatever version you believe in. Does anybody want the days of the Bible coming to pass this early? Or do we want to have at least a couple more generations before I'm all long dead and gone and that actually does happen and I come fight the heaven war? In my opinion, because I know different people have different versions of the Bible. Do you want to stand for American democracy and everything we were ever built and founded on without all the war, violence, and death? Or do you want the Republicans to get in there and cause all that stuff to happen all over again? Do you want Civil War, America? Do you want that? Or are we smarter than that? Are we better than that? Did we learn the lessons our ancestors taught us? Did we learn the very lessons our ancestors taught us? Or are we all still just assholes who never will learn the lesson? I know this is shocking to hear. I know damn well how shocking this is to hear. But when I see the very threat of this country going back to the past in ways that are even more unimaginable these days because we have so many new weapons that can kill each other with, yeah. Hey gangsters, hey druggies, hey whatever you are, I don't care what you are, that's the government who caused you to be that way. Go vote this November. Go vote. It's the best thing you could possibly do if you want saved out of that. I'm concerned about some of my own family members that I don't know what they're up to that concern me. I'm not going to say who, but let's just say if you want to protect your family members no matter what stage of life they're in, you got to get in there and vote this November. I can only be your community educator and vote myself this November. But I can't force all of you to vote, even though you really should. But I'll tell you one thing. If you don't vote this November for Biden, you are the most freaking undemocratic or Republican-based American I've ever heard of. You are the most un-American plague or disease of humanity I have ever heard of if you don't vote for Biden this November. He can only do so much, folks. We got to be there in his corner to help him do that much. I know I have to deliver some harsh truths. That's why all my videos are set for adults to begin with. That's why I don't have time to figure out the editing process. Because I have to do this work in the first place. I want to be able at 62 to go back and edit my videos. And I cannot do that if entire generations of people fall. The Republicans want to see the world crash and burn. The Democrats don't. It's that simple. So if you don't want to see the entire planet crash and burn and fall into itself and have true biblical days, whatever version you believe, you better in America be voting Democrat this November for Biden. It's only 4 years, guys. It is 4 years. If you can survive high school and trades for 4 years, you can sure as hell survive that one. The big corporations have all been bought out, so they're Republican on purpose. Do you realize how scary that is? Does any of you realize how scary that is? I could get hauled out for even making this video. Let's take those lessons our ancestors taught us and do 300 billion times better than them because we are America's future. Whether the old ones like that or not, we are America's literal future. And I'm shocked and sorry I even have to make this video. Guys, I can only do so much. You better be spreading this around to friends. You better be spreading this around to family. And you better be calling up all your family members, young and old, and making sure they vote for the right person this November. Because if you don't, Trump will get in there. And everything America ever stood for will crash, burn, and die worse than they did in the Reagan administration. Do you really want that? And not to mention, we're causing problems in the rest of the world right now. I've seen their comments. They're all concerned because their own governments are trying the same example. We need to protect the world for the future. America's future is not just the ones in America and abroad that are Americans. It's the whole entire world. We're always the country that tries to police and be involved in things we shouldn't be involved in, or get things we should be involved in. There's a reason we do that. We're a bunch of bleed hearts. We're descended from a bunch of bleed hearts. My sister is shocked I'm making this because she's probably concerned I'm going to get hauled off. And I don't blame her for being concerned. She should be. You all should be. I am already old at 30 years old, folks. If you look at my eyes, you can see my decades of experience. I know it's hard to do that through a camera lens, but if you actually look in my eyes in person, you will see the decades of pain behind them eyes. And I'm only 30. I'm only 30 years old and I already have decades of pain behind my eyes. My job is to protect Gen C and Gen Alpha and Gen 10 and whatever so they don't have to have decades of pain behind their eyes. I don't want that for them. Do you want that for your children? You want that for your grandkids, your great-grandkids? I don't think any of you do. If you don't realize how serious this is, I'm truly sorry, but you need help. Many of the kids in the 90s never even had an idea what ADHD and autism was. We're all still trying to heal from that so we can help our own kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. We cannot do that. We can't medically do that without help from the older ones right now. It's America's youth time to stand up and show them, hey, you taught us the lesson well. We have heard and we have seen and we know and we will be there to fight for you. Some of those Republicans are either so far in the closet that they don't want to accept times have changed, or they're so mentally gone they can't accept times have changed.
You're going too far.
I don't care if I'm going too far. Somebody has to go this far. Guys, my whole family is concerned about me going too far, and they should be. Let's show them they don't have to be. It's that simple. Spread this around. I know damn well some of you ain't spreading this around. If you're truly for my community, you will spread this around. Oh, thank you, Daniel. I guess I am hot. I still have trouble with self-image issues to this day because I got so jacked up in the head from the 90s. But I appreciate compliments, too. Simple America. Not just old or young America. Every version of America from sea to shiny she. Yeah, you know who you are. And guys, if you fled to a different country and you can book that ticket home to vote in the November elections, please, God, do. I know you want to go visit over there and deplete those guys' resources, but come on, they've had enough of you. Come back here. You belong here, and you damn well know it. We're all the nuts and the crazies, and the entire world ships us all their nuts and crazies, too. So we're all descended from a race of crazy nuts, so you better get your crazy nut back home this instant, November, to vote. If you're still a legalized American citizen, I know some of you have dual citizenship, get your ass home and vote this November. Don't just stay over there. I know what you're up to. Don't you dare stay over there. It's fine to visit other countries, but we're already ducking up enough. Get your ass home and vote. Hello, Hannah. Yeah, what the F. Unfortunately, what the F is necessary these days. This is also why all my videos are set for adults. I want to one day be able to set them for kids, but that's not today. Everybody, America, sea to shiny sea. If you are not voting for Biden this November, you are not an American. You are not an actual true American. You are a Trump-based rich Republican asshole kid or a grandkid or whatever, or above that actually wants to see the entire world crash and burn. We have to show them we're not going to allow what happened in the past to happen. They fought for our freedoms. We need to fight for theirs. Some of them are so old they don't even know we're fighting for theirs. I know this is shocking and hard to hear, America. But if you're dumb enough to fall for the fake media outlets, which, by the way, the Republicans bought, you idiots, including the news. Yeah. Some of them that don't agree with that work for them because they have no choice. All the big corporations have been bought out in America by the Republicans. Many of the Democrat people working under them have no choice because they don't want to get hauled off and died and put in mental and poorhouses and jails themselves. Let's show them they don't have to worry about that type of shit. Let's show them America's youth is just fine and ready to lead in the future. And I mean everyone from everywhere that's America, from sea to shiny sea. I still believe in that. Do you? Do any of you still believe in the song? That song was written for a reason. Let's show them the reason it was written for. Because if you think I'm going to bury one more 90s kid in the grave, you're out of your mind. My job as a community educator is to prevent that. I have to save the youth so they can be here to be the youth. I'm not going to live forever. Nobody's going to live forever. We're all humans. We all got to go fight the biblical wars one day, whatever version you believe of that. They're trying to regulate the Amish even though they have their kids have an option where they can leave at 16, and many of them do. It's called West Springa. There's different versions of that. And I don't want to offend anybody because I don't know everything about that other than what I looked up or researched or seen on TV. Guys, let's show them how Americans truly are, especially the young Americans. I need to help protect the young ones. The world over, I need to help protect the young, so that there will be a planet left in the future. If they have their way, any of those big governments in any of them countries, including our own, there will be no future for the young. There will be absolutely no future for the young population. And I know none of us that have kids, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews want that shit. Let's end it, guys. We have to end the cycle now. I'm a millennial. I was taught very well by Gen X because who do you think I went running to for help? My own mom is Gen X. My dad's a boomer and my sisters are millennials. I have a niece and nephew that are Gen C and Gen Alpha. I am doing all this for all of them, as dangerous as it is. I'm doing this for them. I don't care what label you want to give me. I don't care what check you want to give me. I don't care what you want to give me. I am a human being. I'm a community educator human being descended from a race of screwballs. That's all I ever will be, and that's all I ever want to be. But you know what I don't want? The young to deal with the shit I've seen at 30 years old. My eyes are haunted when I look in the mirror to this day from all the shit I've seen at 30. I don't want that for the young. Do you want that for the young? It's them we need to protect the most. They are the future. One day I'm going to be long dead and gone, and the Gen C people that are so good at remastering 90s tech and doing the other stuff that we did wrong in the 90s, we need them here to do that. We need them here to show Gen Alpha that it's not okay to be a beauty influencer using makeup too old for you. There's problems in America, yes, but it's only because we allow those problems to happen. Stand up, fight, vote. I don't want that haunting look behind their eyes to be there the young. I want a different look in their eyes. I want the look of happiness, freedom, democracy. I want the look of knowing that I did everything I could to ensure their safety in the future so they could have one. I want to be old enough to laugh at all the new music I'm going to hear that terrifies me. I can't do that without the community's help. I'm only one community educator, but the community is very many. You can spread this video around. You can tell the young and old what's going on. You can call up your family members and say, hey, do you know what you're doing? We are in the technological age, and it's us young ones that need to say, hey, wait a minute, family member, don't do this. Some of them are not going to listen because they cognitively can't listen. But if you can convert one Republican family member to being a Democratic family member, you have done the right job. Get people to vote for Biden. I sound old already, and I'm only 30. You know how shocking that is that I sound this way? Do you want me as an example of what to sound like in the future? Because I don't want to sound haunted, but I am. I am highly haunted by what happened. They did the DARE program on purpose. Do you know how crazy that is? The DARE program that we all knew and loved as kids was done on purpose so we could get our parents locked up. Do you hear how diluted that is? Do you hear how diluted that is? Gave us the little coloring books with the test keys and the answer of what those things were? Guys, I know it's hard. I know it's hard at this age to stand up for what's right. I know you're all scared because you were all kids that were highly affected. Don't be scared. There are adults like me here willing to help and defend you. I know it's scary. I'm scared of it and I'm 30 because I know the repercussions. I'm here to help those younger than me so there is a future in America and the rest of the world so we can give out those apologies we need to. Every nation needs to give apologies to each other. That's part of why we are all so mad at each other is because we never got those apologies. Nobody ever got or gave out the apologies. Let's be the ones in the young crowd to give them that. They deserve at least that much. They died and fought and they continue to do in every country every day just so they can have a chance. Guys, do you know how many of the Russians don't want to be in what they're in? You know how many of the Chinese don't want to be in what they're in? They have no choice. Just like we're not going to have a choice if we let them Republican assholes get in there. Spread this around. We put as much fair as you can. Make the Republicans see the errors of their ways. Some of them constantly can't. We need to help protect and save them. My very own aunt, who I'm not mentioning by name, has dementia. A few years ago, she was a Trumper. She's not anymore. She's a Democrat now. Because she don't want to see anybody hurt her nieces. It's that simple. Those folks are going to be old and gone one day. Do we really want to leave America and everything we stood for in ruins? Or do we in the young crowd want to stand up and not do what they did? Gen X, it's your time. Gen Millennial, it's your time. Gen C, it's your time. And hopefully one day it will be Gen Alpha's time. But there will be no times if they get in there. There will be more haunted looks. There will be more deaths, drugs, gangs, violence, wars, mental institutions, and everything else. That's what's really going to happen if those folks get in there. I know it's hard to see on this camera angle, but pay attention to my eyes. Do they look haunted to you? Because if they don't, you're an idiot. My eyes are haunted and I'm only 30. I don't want anyone 30 being haunted. I want the absolute best for them so they don't have to be haunted. And not just here. America, from sea to shiny sea. There will always be bleed hearts like me to remind you of that. Some of us bleed hearts have to be here to do that. We will not be here if Trump gets in there. Us bleed hearts will be hauled away to mental institutions and everything else. We'll be locked up, we'll be shipped off to war, but we'll be dead. You want us bleed hearts to disappear so that you all have no chance in the future? Or do you want us to stay? If you truly want us to stay, those in the Gen X, those in the Gen Millennial, those in the Gen C crowd that are old enough to vote Democrat. It's the best you can do. Gen Alpha, this addresses you too because one day you will be 18. It's not yet, but it will happen soon. Sooner than you think. Hold on to whatever childhood memories you can because you're going to need those in the future. And stop ducking up in the schools. That's not helping anybody. You're not helping anybody. You think you're cute? I did that too when I was in school, and look where that got me. Look what message I'm having to deliver because of our duck-ups in school. Guys, I know you think that school is not necessary, but you need to have those childhood experiences while you can. Stop messing with those teachers. I know many of you don't know how to do that, but stop. Just stop and think about it. Do you really want to mess with the people trying to help aid you? Those teachers are there because they want to aid you in the future, like mine did for me. You know how many millennial teachers I could name that helped me be this way? I'm not personally going to name them to protect them too, but I've named them in a few prior videos. Those people stood up and did the best quiet job they could and retired in silence just so the younger crowds could have a chance. That's what those teachers for you guys are trying to do, and you are not letting them.
I know we all have behavioral issues. We all have ADHD, autism, and whatever other personality disorder. But we're all still human beings, and no one wants to see the planet die and blow up unless they're a rich-ass Republican who don't give a shit. America from sea to shiny sea before I go. Look at this haunted look in my eyes. Is that what you want for the future? Is me crying on camera, people like me crying on camera every day, what you want for the future? Because if you want to vote for the Republicans for that to happen, go ahead. But you're doing a great disservice to everything this country has ever founded and stood for. This might be one of the vast videos I could ever make. Do you know how sad that is? And this is on a bald tablet tech gift from my sister, my youngest sister, during an even harder time. Let's show them we're not all phone-assessed morons. Let's show them there's hope for democracy and American freedoms in the future. Let's show them what they did. Let's apologize to everybody. Let's fix this. We're the young. We've got a chance to fix it, but not if we don't take it. You can't just stay home and not vote. You know how many comments I've seen, oh, I'm not voting? That is the most un-American thing I've ever heard. I've seen people that were teachers in my crowd that advised against that because it was the most un-American thing they ever heard. They steered them toward the right people to vote for because they knew better. Guys, I know in the 90s some of us are dumb as rock shit, but if we don't stand up now, our kids will be even dumber than rock shit, despite how good they are at remastering everything we ever taught them. We're old enough to have kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids, and nieces and nephews. We're not young kids anymore. We're not 18. We need to be there for them, like our parents and all those community members were for us. There is no future without America's future. It's that simple. If the Republicans get in there, even if there was, we'd have to fight and kill our very own family members just to secure our future. Do you hear how bad that sounds? Have you not seen the graves? Have you not seen places like Arlington? I know damn well everyone in the technological age have seen this, except maybe some of the more out to the way crowds that can't see this. We need to secure America's future, and we need to do that right now. So if you are not voting for Biden in this November election, you are the most un-American thing I've ever heard. And if you are not voting in this November election, you are still the most un-American thing I've ever heard. And if you are not coming home from different countries around the world the best you can to vote in the November election, you are the most un-American child I've ever heard of. Americans, it's time to come home. It is time to get everybody home. They're shipping all their crazies over here. Well, guess what? I want to keep those crazies. If they don't want them, I'll gladly take them if they can vote. If they don't want their crazies, let's take them and help them. There's a chance to help those crazies they're shipping here. There's a chance to help every crazy that's been shipped elsewhere. If you're an American child and you can get home this November, please, God, do that. We need every vote we can. Otherwise, everything this country ever stood for is going to hell. There'll be wars, there'll be civil wars, there'll be deaths. I know it's shocking I have to say this, but I am 30 years old and I'm haunted. I don't want my eventual kids and grandkids to be haunted. How many of you do? Because if you do, you are not an American. You're not an actual American. You can pretend all you want, but if you want your grandkids and great-grandkids and kids to have this haunted look in their eyes, you're not an American. I can assure you of that. You're evil. You're an evil human being if you want your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, and your great-grandchildren to have this haunted look in their eyes. Okay, guys, I have to go because I actually do have a room to clean. I've done the best job I can do at 30 years old being a community educator. And if this is one of my last videos ever, I am very sorry for that. I really am. But right now, I've got a messy room to clean. I've got food and drink to get, and I've got my health to get in order so that I can be here in the future to prevent future 2024s from happening. There'll be a 2034 one day. Do you folks realize that? But not if we destroy everything we ever built upon. Then there'll be no 2034. There won't be 4th of July celebrations. There won't be any of that. There will be. but it will be with great somber and sorrow and continued suffering like it's always been. You know, we're going to be 250 years old next year. Do many of you even realize that? Do many of you realize we are 249 years old? Yes, we're a young nation, but you know what? It's because we're a young nation that we have a shot at securing the future for the rest of the world, so we don't have the biblical days everyone's scared of happen too soon. But if you're actually dumb enough and crazy enough to vote for a Republican this season, you're out of your mind. Because they're going to destroy everything this country was ever founded and based upon and fought and died for. It's as simple truth as that. So if we have to burn a few of their little 2025-page book manifestos by stealing from Walmart, you know what? Go ahead. You thought you woke a sleeping giant with Gen X? We ran to Gen X for help because us millennials have copied everything they've ever done. That's our entire identity, is copying what they did. We drank out of the hoses too. We burned our asses on those metal slides too. We weren't latchkey kids. We were latchkey's close that damn back porch door kids. Do you really want that to disappear? I want to be yelling at my great kids, hey, close that fucking goddamn back porch door, you idiot. You're letting all the air out. I can't do that very simple thing, without many of yours help. I can't go, oh, that's the most terrible music I ever heard. Back in the 90s, we had this. I cannot do that without the community's help. Do it, community. Do the one thing no one else in the older crowds will seem to do on the Republican side. And vote for Biden. Vote for Biden. Here, abroad, everywhere. America from sea to shiny she. Unless you want that to disappear forever, where we're all dead in nuclear wars we don't want, we're all in biblical days, no matter what version you believe that we don't want, vote for Biden this November. I'll make it that simple for you. Because if you don't, you're the most un-American child or adult I have ever heard of in my entire lifetime. And I'm only 30. Okay, I'm sorry I had to get so serious there. I'm still just an average human, too. There's not much I can do to really change your minds other than the message I just delivered. Did you notice how I had to use that haunting voice? That haunting voice is because I am haunted. That haunting voice is because I see things are still going to be haunted if we don't do anything. I don't want that when I have kids and grandkids. I want them to live freely, like everything that was fought in this country for. I don't care what Puritan message they want to preach. There's being pure and then there's changing with their times. There's two different things. We gotta change with the times, folks. Do I seem sad in this video? It's because I am. I'm actually sad I have to do this. And you know what? I'm going to give out one final thing that I shouldn't even get out because I know better in this day and age. But you know what? I might as well give it out anyway, because if the Republicans get in there, it's still going to happen. My name is Amber Lynn Winland. That's a name that carries farming and wars behind it. That's a name that carries veterans behind it. We have a farm here in Georgetown, Illinois. And other governments are buying them up to make them disappear. We're one of the few left that didn't let that happen. We're one of the few farms that haven't been bought out by other nations, by other Republicans. We're one of the few farms left in this state that haven't been bought out because we all know better. This is our land. This is our country. Do we want to see that very land ruined and burned to the ground? Do we? Do we want to give up our land that we fought so hard to break off from England for? That's the entire reason we even have a July 4th. Do you really want to give all that up? Do you really want to not be able to go buy Amish jars of, like, peaches and stuff? Even though you might not agree exactly how they live? Because if you do, you're a very terrible human being. You're a very terrible human being, I'm sorry. Now, I know there's many good Republicans on that side that feel like they're trapped. Good Republicans on that side, I urge you. Vote for Biden with us. Do it in secret if you have to. We'll go back to the days where people had to vote in secret, no problem. If that's what you have to do, do it. You're not trapped on that side. You're only trapped on that side if you let yourself be trapped on that side. If we flood that office with votes for Biden, he will be in there. It's only 4 short years, and if you can survive high school and trade school, you can survive that much. But if you don't, and when you want your kids and grandkids to have the same haunted look as me, you're a terrible human being. I am 30 years old and I'm haunted. Nobody needs to be haunted at 30. Nobody. Let's not haunt anybody else. Across this entire planet. Let's not haunt anybody else. Good day, America. Good day, the rest of the world. Good day from sea to shiny sea. That might be one of the last times I ever get to say a sentence like that. That's kind of sad, in my opinion. I'm a community educator that's 30 years old. I'm a bleed heart. I'm a bleed heart millennial. That's what I am. And I have to be a bleed heart millennial to show future generations what not to do. Don't do what past generations did. Because if you do that much, you truly have never learned and grown from anything. You truly have never learned a single lesson. You've never grown from anything. And you won't ever be anything in this life but a terrible, evil person. That's very undereducated and very poor and very dumb. Let's show them just the kind of America they're trying to destroy. Let's show them that America, where the youth are ready to step into the leadership role if they need to. It's not currently our time yet, but if they keep messing this up, it will be soon. Many of us in the younger crowds have cut off our parents and grandparents and ancestors. That's not the right move, folks. That's not the right move. Go get reconnected with those folks you cut off. You can't change their mind if you don't reconnect with them and you abandon them in the first place. Many people abandoned us in the first place. Do you really want to repeat that cycle again? Many of the 90s kids were abandoned. We don't have to be abandoned, and we don't have to abandon the ones who abandoned us. We can still save them. But not if you don't actually get out there and try to save them. So good day, America. Good day, the rest of the world. And good day from sea to shiny sea, what's ever left of it. Let's show them there is a future to believe in. Let's show them that. Because if you think I'm going to go off to Civil War and fight my own 90s people, you're crazy. I didn't even care then that there were rich assholes who were on the iPhone and cheerleader bullies who bullied me to death. Many of them people are sorry they did that, and I'm glad they are. We don't want that for our kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids. We want the best for their ancestry so they don't have to suffer the way we did. We have songs like Red, that one by Red. Yes, I forgot the name because I just have problems. You know what I mean. You know the very one I'm talking about. We have songs and stuff and TV programs and all this stuff that showed us what not to do in the past that was done to them. Let's follow that. Let's learn from that. Let's grow from that like we've always done. We're securing the future for the young so they can look back on these very programs themselves and see that. And we can't do that if everybody gets in there that's Republican and destroys that very freedom we have today. There's a reason those shows in the day are so bad and so good at the same time. It's because they show what was being taught and what was wrong about being taught then. We all knew in the 90s some of the stuff the adults told us was wrong, and we defied and rebelled against it because we copied Gen X. We are everybody's ancestors. We're the middle child generation of ancestors. We've seen it all, young and old. We're 30. We're the middle children. I am a middle child of this generation, which makes me dangerous as duck, don't get me wrong. But I couldn't be dangerous as duck, don't get me wrong, if there weren't previous generations to be that way first, now could I? Let's protect future generations of latchkey kids. I gotta scream about my own back porch doors. I gotta scream about my own AC being running too long. I gotta scream about everything. And I cannot do any of that to those Republicans get in there. I'm sorry if you're on the Republican side and you don't realize how wrong you are. It's not your fault. Many of you are not available consciously to know what you're doing. Let's help them. Let's save the folks on that side. Let's not go to war. Nobody wants war. Nobody ever in the history of humanity has ever wanted the wars they've been involved in. But those wars were necessary to be involved in. Do we really want that? Or do we want to finally stop ducking it all up every generation? Do we want to stop ducking things up? Do we? Or do we not? I know what my answer is, but what is yours, America? What is yours? Now I'm going to take my haunted eyes. I'm going to go get a drink. I'm going to go fold some clothes and hope to God the November elections turn out okay. But I'm also prepared for the day they hold me off if they don't. I've been in one of them places before because I had problems with a bug spray. Let's leave it at that. Thankfully, there were doctors who figured it out. There'll be no doctors to figure stuff like that out if we let this happen. Good day, America. Good night, America. Good night, the rest of the world. America, from sea to shiny sea, just vote for Biden. It's only 4 short years. If you can survive the 90s, and if you can survive today, it's only 4 short years. That or y'all just want to see the world burn and go to dead. Y'all want the world to crash and burn and go to hell. If you want that, you're the most un-American thing I've ever heard of. And guys on the other side, vote in secret for us if you want. We're not going to tell. We're certainly not going to tell. Because we know damn well many of you don't actually want to be there. Do we really want Trump to become America's next dictator, do we? Because that's what's happening. You're not fooling me. That guy wants to be friends with the dictators in the rest of the world. Who do you think you're shitting? I knew that from the very beginning when I started seeing him hang out with those people. I know what he's up to. Do you? He's up to becoming America's next dictator. Do we really want a dictator in charge of a country that was built upon freedoms of not having dictatorship when we broke away from England? Do we really, as Americans, want that very thing? So let's take their 250-page manifesto and 490, whatever page manifesto it is, and let's burn the shit out of it in every way possible. I'll give them a manifesto to burn. They burned my Harry Potter books back in the day. They burned the Twilight books back in the day. They burned many books back in the day. I'll give them a book burning the likes of which they have never seen before. Who's with me, America? Who's with me, the youth of America? I know damn well. Who's with me on the other side of America? I know damn well what you all truly want. Nobody wants Trump dictatorship, whether they say they do or not. If they do, they're constantly unavailable to know better. Let's save them from their own stupid selves. Let's save every single one of them for their own stupid self. And you know what? I finally figured out the title for this video. An idiot 30-year-old millennial saved America from its own stupid self. Yeah, that's what I'm going to title it. An idiot 30-year-old millennial saved America from its own stupid self will be the name of this live. Yeah, and I'm not shitting you. I've named my videos something ducking crazy before, and I'll do it again until I can't do it again, until they try to take this very tablet away. They're going to have to pry this very tablet out of my cold, dead hands as an American. They're going to have to pry this very tablet out of my cold, dead hands as an American. And if I have to be one of the ones to die in America's next Civil War, believe me, I'm ready to step up to the plate to do that. I'm haunted, folks. I don't want the haunted for the future. I don't. Do you? Vote this November. I don't care what sea you're stuck in. You better ship your butt home on a plane this November. Especially you dual citizenship ones. I expect to see a lot of our airports overcrowded this November. Guys, I know we can't get everybody home because obviously the airports are overcrowded enough already. But if you can get your ass home this November, you damn well better if you're a true American. If you're not, stay right where you are. I only want the true Americans home. And guys that abandon their people around the rest of the world and ship them off here, well, guess what? They're Americans too. Because that's what this very country was founded upon. People breaking off and being shipped off from England. So, thank you, England. We're your crazy next-door cousins that you shipped over here. We're a nation because you're idiots, so... Guys, if you're a true American, get your ass home no matter where you are and vote for Biden this November. And if you're not, stay out of the polls because you're in huge danger and you don't even realize it. Now spread this message around. I better see this video make its rounds to every family and friend and member. I don't care about the damn subscribers right now. I can do that in the future. I love every single one of my subscribers I have now, but if I need more subscribers, I can get that in the future. There'll probably be millions of uploads of this videos one day. And that's the coolest thing ever to me. I need to boost my own ego sometimes. I do a very bad job of that because I self-downgrade myself, because I learned how to do that. I don't want my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids self-downgrading themselves. No, I didn't forget that I'm going to go get a drink and something to eat. Guys, we're America's nuts of the world, of every generation, of every moron, of every idiot that's been shipped on this planet. Let's show them just how nuts we all truly are. Because it's an identity and title I wear with absolute pride. I don't care what my brain says that title is, or what checks they want to give me, or what institution they want to put me in. I know damn well I'm a bleed heart millennial human that's a nut. Let's show them how many of us bleed heart in every generation are still left to be those very nuts. And instead of shipping those foreign ones out, let's keep them here. They'll help us win that election. Because they know damn well they don't want to go back where they got shipped out from, now do they? Yeah, this is true America. Not that garbage you see on TV. This might be YouTube corporate TV right now, but this is a true American, not that garbage you see on TV and the interwebs. That's how nuts a true American really is. So I'm going to go get my drink, I'm going to get my food, I'm going to fold my clothes, and they're going to have to pry this tablet out of my cold American Democrat democracy, war-based, farm-based hands before I let the Republicans get in there and do what they're trying to do. Bye, America. Bye. If this 30-year-old didn't make you think, nobody else will.